What's up, sports fans? Today's a big day. It's Sunday, June 5th. NBA Finals, a crucial game two. And I gotta say, I'm not quite saying it's game seven for the Cavaliers, but it's almost game seven for the Cavaliers because if they go down 0-2 to the Warriors, it's not quite a foregone conclusion that the Warriors will win the series, but odds are looking pretty good in their favor that the Warriors will win if they go up 2-0 on the Cavs. Now, what do the Cavs have to do? I mean, they got to make some adjustments. One, the bench has got to show up. They really got to show up. Now, I don't think the Warriors bench is going to get close to 50 points like they did last game in game one, but they're still a force to be reckoned with. So the bench has got to counteract what the Warriors bench is going to do. Two, they got to be more vigilant on defense. They got to do their rotations. They got to watch the backdoor passes. They got to keep their defensive assignments. They always have to be key on the defensive assignments. So that's huge. Their defense has got to be much better than it was last game, because if the bench continues to be good for the Warriors, that adds so much pressure, because Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry aren't going to have a combined 20 points in this game. I guarantee it. So that's a huge thing. You got to be sharp defensively. Second thing, LeBron James got to be the focal point of this offense. And what I mean by that is that I don't know if he should play the guard position. I think he should play like a 3 or the 4, have him on the block and run plays for him so he can give people those so he can get the Warriors in foul trouble, because once you start banging with him minute after minute, game after game, it will pay dividends. They will get tired and they will get in foul trouble and can send LeBron James to the line. That, I think, you have to run plays for him on the block. Not just send him to the block and say, hey, make things happen. Run set plays for him on the block. That's one way I think you can counteract what the Warriors do in terms of their defensive rotations. Now, you got to find creative ways to get Channing Frye open, because in Eastern Conference playoffs, he was basically shooting wide open jumpers, because the mismatch was so heavily in the Cavaliers' favor that sometimes they couldn't rotate quickly enough, because they had Kyrie Irving, they had Kevin Love, and they had LeBron James doing so work, and they were so much better than their competition in terms of matchups that Channing Frye was basically shooting free jump shots. Now the matchups aren't severely in the Cavaliers' favor. All of a sudden now you have Channing Frye, you have defenders running at Channing Frye with a foot away, running at him. So he's not shooting up in open jumpers, which is a huge difference when a guy is 5 feet away from you running at you versus a guy who's a foot away from you. And it's not like Channing Frye, he's a good shooter, but it's not like Channing Frye has a quick release. So that is one thing you gotta change up. You gotta get him maybe in pick and rolls. I mean, he's not the fastest guy, but get him in pick and roll situations. Find a way to get him free open looks so he can stretch the defense out. Also, J.R. Smith. I'm sorry, buddy. You did okay defensively, but J.R. Smith, 2 points, bro. 2 points. I'm sorry, bro. We need more from you. We need more from you. I mean, you struggled, and then in last year's finals, don't have it back-to-back appearances, baby. Come on, show us something. You got talent. Do something with it, baby. Come on now. You better than this. And for the love of God, if your jumper is not falling in this game, have some common sense. Get to the rack. You can dribble the ball. Get to the rack. Stop shooting jumpers. That's the one thing that's so brilliant about Stephen Curry. When his jumper's not falling, he'll either pass it or he'll get to the rack until he gets his jumper back in. J.R. Smith, stop forcing. If you miss 3 shots, okay, go in. Get to the rack. Make a pass. Do something. That's key. Dellavedova, he's got to have crucial minutes. He's got to have a good defensive effort. If he can get 8 to 10 points, that's huge. But those J.R. Smith and Channing Frye are 2 guys that they have to show up in this game if they're going to have a chance to win. But the biggest adjustment I feel that the Cavaliers have to make is up here. I watching the Golden State Warriors, they beat you in a variety of ways, but I feel like the biggest weapon that they defeat you with is the mental game, because they get up so quickly on you that it players get out of sorts prematurely, and you saw that with the Warriors, with the Thunder. They were only down by 3, but they felt like they were down by 15 or 20. So they started getting out of rhythm. They started not trusting their offense, and that is the key for the Warriors. They get you out of sorts. They get you out of what you do good, because you start panicking because they're raining threes all over the place. And you kind of saw that in game 1. And at the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter, you're sitting there seeing, okay, they played one-on-one basketball. Kyrie Irving dominating the ball. LeBron James dominating the ball because they got down. But they weren't down by that much. And I feel that part of being a great player, there also comes a kind of a weakness to that. Because when you can dominate a game, and you have the talent to actually dominate a game, you tend to, when you're out of sorts, you tend to try to do too much and try to take over a game, and that's when the Golden State Warriors have you. You see it. Whenever they play teams, you see it. You see teams panic, and you see them getting out of their offense. But conversely, with the Warriors, when they're down, you hear Coach Steve Kerr say, "Trust the system. Let's do what we do best. We'll get back. We'll get back." You don't really hear that a lot with opposing teams. You didn't hear that with OKC when they got down, especially when they get down by 10. You didn't see the coaches say, "Hey, just stick with our offense. We're okay. We're okay. We'll weather the storm. It's a game of runs, ebbs and flows, okay? Keep with it." The team that is willing, or the team and the coach that is willing to stick with the offense when they're weathering the storm of the Warriors, when they're running threes or when they're running just points left and right, the team that is willing to keep with their offense and believe in the offense for a full 4 quarters has a chance to beat the Warriors. And that's what I think the Cavaliers have to do. They have to believe in the system. Don't get demoralized because they hit 4 threes in a row. Don't start trying to play one-on-one ball and try to take over the game, because Kyrie Irving has done that in his career. LeBron James has certainly done that in his career. But you don't really need to do that, because one player or 2 players are not going to beat a team of 7 and 8 players. It's just not going to happen. OKC showed you that when they got out of sorts. They were giving the Warriors the business when they were in their offense. All of a sudden, Golden State Warriors get in the groove. Guess what happened? Westbrook tried to take over the game. Kevin Durant tried to take over the game. They lost a 3-1 lead, and now they're at home watching the NBA Finals or on a beach sipping on tequila. So, for the love of God, Tyronn Lue, get your troops in order and say, hey, follow the system. Follow the system. Trust in the system. Weather the storm. Let's go. So that's my take on the Warriors versus Cavs game 2. That's going to be played later tonight. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think it's a foregone conclusion that the Warriors will win this series? Tell me how many games they will win it in. Tell me about the Cavs. Do you think the Cavs can come back and make this series competitive? Do you think they can win game 2? Leave comments. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Letteris Sports Show. I'm out. Can't wait to watch this game. And for the love of God, LeBron James, please don't have a bad game. Please, because I've defended you for so long. Please don't have a bad game. Please, Lord. Please.